Okay, guys, let us start session. Previously, we discussed about what we discussed previous class. Can anyone tell me? So previously, we discussed about Linux, right? So Linux, we already discussed what is Linux. Okay, so Linux is just like a server which can act a virtual between the OS and uh, as well as the graphical user interfaces. Okay, so it will be work under the servers. Okay, so basically Linux is comes under the kernel. Okay, so kernel is a heart of operating system which I was showing you yesterday in diagram. Okay, so we have we have 6 layers in the particular Unix platform. Okay, so we are working under the first main thing is hardware, and next one is we are going with CPU scheduling, and third one is we are going with processing management, and we are going with memory management, and we are going with IO streams, and we are working under the applications. Okay, so these are the 6 layers which we are working under the Linux. Okay, so now we already discussed that one how to create a file, and we already discussed how to remove the file and create a directory. So directory is nothing but a folder. Okay, so we already discussed what is how to create a directory. Okay, so how next we having some logic like so d1. So we are discussed previously, that is nested directories. Okay, so in D1 we have D2, and D2 we have D3, and D3 we have D4. Okay, so this is nested directory which we are created in the Linux. Okay, so we already discussed that. Okay, so next one is we are discussed about how many files has been there from now. We are going with ls. Okay, long list. Okay, so we are discussing all these in the previous classes. Okay, so now we are discussing about how file name will be starts, how to see the hidden files, and how can you create the hidden directories, and how can you copy a file, how can you see the list files according to the time and date. This is we can discuss in a particular session. And now we are discussing about how to know the current user. So suppose in company I'm working with a Linux. Okay, Linux servers. Okay, so some unknown person came to the to a system, and he's seeing all your entire data. Okay, so if I want to find out that particular person, definitely I need to go with the current users. Okay, so current user, and we are going with some between dollar and ash. Dollar is nothing but root directory, and ash is nothing but a root directory. Remember this. Okay, so I can go the difference between what is meant by dollar and what is meant by ash. Okay, so how to switch the user to another user using su is nothing but sudo. Okay, so this is the key for the Linux servers, which we can manipulate the different types of roots. Okay, so next we are going with super user do. Okay, so this is a coming this is which we are going right now discussing about this. Okay, so we are going with a practical session. Okay, so let us go practical session here. So I already opened a virtual server. Okay, so guys, today I can give you yesterday's and today's topics and go and practice from your side. Okay, so I can give you entire PPT and as well as the videos both. Okay, no issues about that. Okay, so this is my dashboard terminal in Linux. Okay, so this is my home directory. Okay, so just I can go with a right click and open the terminal. Okay, so currently I was in desktop. Okay, currently I was open in desktop. Okay, so if I want to find out, if I want to see the list, I can go with ls. Okay, so I just go with the ls. So there is no files currently. Okay, so previously we seen that we have some files f1 f2, we are creating some directories d1 d2, right, previous classes. But now we don't have anything currently because I already removed yesterday. Okay, so I just removed yesterday whole whatever I said the topics. Okay, so currently I was going with the new things. Ls, I don't have any empty file currently. Okay, okay, fine. I don't have any particular files currently, so I just going with a refresh. Okay, so if I want to create, so if I want to create any file, what is the command which I was using? Anyone yesterday? Yesterday's class we already listened, right? So you already listened yesterday, right? So what command I am using to create a file? Anyone? No one? Okay, fine. So if I want to create any file, listen very carefully. So if I want to create a file, definitely I want to go with a cat hyphen. So it's a arrow. Okay, it's a arrow, not greater than, less than. Okay, it's a arrow. Okay, f1 f1. So I'm creating some file. Okay, so hi, hello. So I'm writing some text. Okay, hey, hello world, welcome to DevOps training. Okay, so if I want to come out, that particular file, control D. Okay, control D. So if I want to check the file whether my file has been saved or not, okay, using ls, see f1 has been created. If I want to check this file in manually, just I'll go here, f1 has been created in my desktop. Okay, if I want to see the content, just you can go and you can double click this, you can check the content, how the content will be there. This is a very basic thing. Okay, so now what I want to see, so here I was creating some files, right? So I was going with ls again. So I want to create another file, cat f2. It's hey.
Sir,
Yes. Hello. Tell me.
screen share కావడం లేదు సార్. స్క్రీన్ షేర్ అవ్వడం లేదు సార్.
Screen share అవ్వట్లేదా? ఓ
Yes,
సారీ
sir.
గాయ్స్,
కావడం లేదు
సారీ. చెప్పాలి కదా, నాకు తెలియదు కదా. సో సారీ, నేను స్క్రీన్ షేర్ అవుతుంది అనుకుంటున్నాను యాక్చువల్గా. ఫైన్, నో ఇష్యూ. Okay. So see here, I was created some file actually, f1 file. So I got a list ls. I found the file f1. Okay. See here, my f1 file has been created. By using cat command. Okay. Cat command, I am using all these data. Okay. That's fine. Okay. So now I was created f2 file again. See here, I am going open terminal. Okay. So I am using ls. Okay, f1 f2 file has been created. Okay, so if I want to create any directory, what should I want to use? mkdir d1. Okay, so I was creating some directory. Okay, so if I want to insert some data in mkdir, I can go with change directory, cd dot cd and d1 d2. Okay, cd d2. Okay, so no such file directory can be found. Okay, so here cd is nothing but changing the directory. Okay, so here what I am doing is cd d1, because I don't have any file on d2, right? So that's why I was using d1. Okay, see here, d1 has been inserted here. So d1 file has been inserted in the root directory. Okay, so next one is mkdir d2. Okay, two folders has been created, cd d2. Okay, so see here, my files d1 d2 has been created in the root directories. Okay, so this is how we are creating a directories. Okay, so I already told you that if you created a directories in the Linux, that is called absolute path. You can remember this very clearly. Okay, so if I was manually in Windows, what we are doing, we are creating some folders manually, right? So whatever the path will be there, suppose you are storing your file in local D. Okay, in one folder. Okay, see here, I will tell you very clearly. So suppose my folder is this. Okay, so I was open PC. See here, my I'm going with local D. I'm opening DevOps family. See here, whatever this path has came, this is called absolute path. Okay, remember this. This is one of the most important in Linux. Okay, so if the path has been created manually in Windows, okay, so this is called absolute path. In the same way, Linux also will create a path. Linux also will create a path. So if I want to see that particular path, I want to go with a PWD, present working directory. See here, this is the path which I was showing completely. Okay, so this is the path for the Linux. Okay, so this is called absolute path. Remember this. Okay, so here, so I want to come back. I want to come back these particular directories. So I was going with cd space dot dot. See here, I'm coming back. See here, my D2 has been gone. Okay, so now I want to come with the desktop. Okay, cd hyphen dot dot. See here, I'm coming back to again my root directory. Okay, so this is called relative path. Remember this. If I come back this particular folders, mkdir folders, if I was coming back, say my original state, this is called a relative path. Remember this. Okay, so this is called a relative path. Okay, so we have some absolute path and we have some relative path. So these paths comes under the Linux servers. Okay, these paths comes under the Linux server internally. Okay, so we are working under the servers based upon the absolute path and relative path. Remember this. Okay, so if I want to remove the directories, definitely I want to remove this particular directories. I can go with ls. See here, I have one directory file. I have two files. If I want to remove these particular files in my my original state, so whatever I can do is, see here, I can go with rm minus r. This is the command which I was using. R is nothing but recursive. Remember this. R is nothing but recursive. Okay. So minus f. F is nothing but force. F is nothing but force. Remember this. Okay. So here what we have a directory D1, right? D1. See here ls. See, my directory has been gone. Here directory is there. Here directory gone. Okay. So this is the file which we are removing the particular directories. Okay, so this is how we are working under the directories. Okay, so this is one of the most important concept. How can you remove the directories means, if so by using rm minus r minus f, whatever you have a folder, you can put some x or y or z, so whatever it may be, depends upon your user defined code. Okay, so by using r minus f. Okay, r is nothing but recursive, f is nothing but force. Okay, so this is how we are removing the particular directories. Okay, now I can you are understand. I think I hope you understand. Okay, so how can you remove the files? So here I have two files, f1 f2. So I want to remove this particular files, rm f1. Okay, removing the file rm. See here, I can go with ls. See here, only f2 file will be remained, rm f2. Okay, so here I can go with ls. See here, I don't have any files, I don't have any directories. So this is the how we are going the concept about the files and about the directories. Basic is very important. Please, it is useful for the DevOps. Okay, so we are using these commands in the DevOps. Okay, so very important. I can give you this particular video. No need to worry about it. Okay, so so I was removed all the files. I was removed all the folders. Okay, see here, I can go with the content. See here, there is no file, there is no folder currently in my desktop. Okay, it was removed internally. I does not removed manually. I was removed only the commands. I can remove entire files and folders manually only. Okay, so this is how we are working under the files and folders. Okay, so now I hope you understand this one. How you are creating some directories, how you are creating some files. Okay, so if I want to create any file, definitely I want to go with the cat command. I am using some files. Okay, with file names. Okay, if you want to remove that particular files, I want to go with rm f1, rm f2. So if I want to check the particular files, I want to go with a long list. Okay, long list ls. Okay, so if I want to see the present working directory, so if I want to see the current version, definitely I want to go with a pw, present working directory. Okay, so pwd. So I was in desktop currently. Okay, so this is how we are working under the directories and as well as the folders in yesterday's class. Okay, now I want to go with I want to create some file. I want to see the hidden files. Okay, I want to see some hidden files. Okay, if I want to create a file, definitely I want to go with this one, f1. Okay, this is hi, hello. Okay, fine. So I want to come back. I want to go with again. So this is how we are creating the some files. Okay. So now I want to see that particular file that is using cat. Sorry, we are not using caps. We are only using small letters. F1. See here, I am not using here arrow. I am not using arrow. I am not using any arrow. Here I am using only arrow, because why? We want see this arrow will represent we want to edit that particular files. We want to edit that particular files. This arrow will be helpful. If I want to see directly that particular file, I am using cat space f1. So I was using I was seeing that particular file. So that's why I'm using cat f1. Okay. So if I want to see particular two files. Okay. If I'm creating again one file. See here f2. Just DevOps. Hey, hi. Okay. See here, I want to see the particular two files. Okay. So cat. By first we can go with ls. So I was creating some two files here. Cat f1, f2. See here, I was merges the two files f1, f2. I was merged the two files. Okay. See here, my merging files will be first one in file 1 what we have hi hello, hi hello I got. In f2 what we have DevOps hey hi, DevOps hey hi. So this is how we are collaborating the particular two files in a one position. Okay. So this is how we are working under the two files. Okay. So now if I want to create, so see here we are using cat command. Here I am writing some text. Okay. So I don't want text. I want only the files. I want only the files. How to create only the particular files. Okay. So here by using touch command, touch, touch. What we have created f1, f2 already created. So I was going with f3. See here, I am not writing any text here. I am not writing any text here. See here, in this position, the touch command will be helpful. So we cannot write the content. Okay. So touch command is used for the creating the empty files. Okay. So we are creating some empty files based upon the touch command. See here, cat command is using to writing the some text files. Okay. Cat command is using for to writing the some content of the particular files. Okay. If I want to merge the two files, definitely I was using cat f1, f2. So I am merging the two files. If I don't want any data, I don't want any text data, just I want to create some files. So I am using some touch command. Okay. So this is how we are creating the touch commands. Touch f4. So if I want to see all files, ls. See here, f1, f2, f3, f4. 4 files has been created. So if I want to see some hidden files, what should I want to do is ls minus la. See here, my hidden files. See here, my files recently I was created some f3, f4 files, right? So see here, I got a dot. 2 dots has been created. These dots represents the hidden files. Remember this. These dots will be a hidden file. Remember this. Okay. So I will tell you what is this. Okay. In next coming topic. Okay. So this is dot will represent a hidden file. Remember this. Okay. Fine. So if I want to see ls minus a, see here I'm here I was going with a horizontal, so it's a vertically, okay. So I want to see some horizontal files without any complete data. So I was using, see here, dot, two dots will be allocated, f1, f2, f3, f4, f5, okay. So default files will be generated internally if you using ls, okay. So okay, fine. So I seen hidden files, I seen everything, okay. So now what should I want to use here is, see here, I was created file names. I was seeing some hidden files. How we are creating some hidden directories. Directories is nothing but dots. Remember this dots. Dot is a hidden file for the particular directories. Okay. So I was using some dot file. I seen some dotted files, right? See here, I was seeing some dotted files. Dot, two dots will be, these are the hidden directories. Okay. Okay, hidden directories. Okay, fine. So now I want to how to copy a file. So I want to see how to copy a file. So see here, previously we have all these files, right? Okay, fine, clear. I'm clearing in this particular content. Okay, so I want to copy that particular file. So how to copy the file? By using cp. cp, I want to copy that file 1 to, suppose I have file 1. See here, I have some file, in F1 we have some data, right? You already seen actually. So see, by using cat F1, we have some data in F1, right? Hi, hello. Okay, I want to copy this particular file. I want to create some new file again. So by using cp, just wait a second, cat F2. by using cp f1 to f6, I'm creating some new file. Okay, f6 is a new file. Okay, f6. Okay, let's see how can you check whether the file one has copied to f6. Okay, so by using cat f6, see here, my file f1 data has came to the f6 because f6 is a new file. Okay, by using cp is a command which can copy the one file to another file, right? In Windows we are copying from one place to another place, right? In the same way in Linux also, by using copy cp file, we are transferring the data from one place to another place. Okay, f1 to f6. Okay, cp f2 to f1. Let's see what happens. Cat f1. What happened? F2. What we have f2? DevOps. Hey hi in f2 file. See here, by I'm transferring f2 file to f1 file. So here cat f1. In f1 what we have? Hi hello, right? Hi hello we have in f1. See here in f1 file I have DevOps hey hi. I want to check this particular file cat f1. I have this file in f1 file. Okay, so this is how we are transferring the data by using cp command from one folder to another folder. Okay, so this is how we are working under the Linux. Okay, so one of the most important topic, how can you change the commands? How can you change the data? Change the data by using Linux. So I will tell you only one thing. By using copy command, we can transfer the file from one place to another place based upon your requirement. Okay, so this is how we are working under the cp command. Okay, so okay, fine. So this is how we are working the files. Okay, so next, as I said you that how to see the list of files according to date and time. Okay, I want to see the files according to date and time. I need to I need to see the time, and I need to see the date. Okay. So here the command will be works. Okay. ls minus lt. L is nothing but list. T is nothing but timestamp. T is nothing but timestamp. Okay. So here ls minus lt will show the entire details about the time, date, everything else. Okay. See here, I have completely hidden file. Some files will be there. Previously what we done in the data. Okay. See here, we have this one. RWR hyphen hyphen 1 Harish Reddy, 14th July 27, 20, the timing is 20.57. Okay, it's 24 hours time. Okay, 20.57 F1. Okay, so see here, I'm seeing the date and time completely. Date and time completely, because we are seeing like this only. Okay, we are seeing some complete date and time. So we want to check the particular files based upon the time, date and time also. Okay. So if you want in a current, if you want to current right now, we can see the date and times in the complete hidden files. Okay. So the next one is we are going with permissions. The next topic. See here we have some RW. What is this? What is meant by RW? What is meant by RW? I will explain very clearly this one. So file permissions, one of the most important topic here in Linux. Okay. So file permissions. File permissions. File permissions. So what is meant by file permissions? So as you know, what is the file permissions is, how the computer will take that particular file permissions is by using, first one is read, next one is, second one is write, third one is execute. Okay. So we have some file permissions based upon read, write, execute. Okay. So these are the file permissions which you are working under the Linux servers. Okay. So in shortcut, read is nothing but R. Write is nothing but W. Execute is nothing but E. I can call as X also. X. Okay. Read, write, execute. Okay. So this is how we are working under the file permissions. So previously what we seen is, okay, fine. Okay. I'll copy this. I'll put in we don't have paste. Okay, fine. Okay, fine, no issues. See here, we are in file permissions. I will tell you very clearly this one. Okay, listen very carefully. Okay, we have a space. Okay, so next. Okay. See here, how many lines is there? Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So totally we have 9. Total we have 9. 9 is there. Okay. So first one, see here, these three, first, this is called first slot, second slot, third slot. Remember this. So this is first slot, this is second slot, this is third slot. Okay. So according to the Linux servers, these are called permissions. These are called permissions. Sorry. These are called permissions. So I'm only using permissions, not file permissions. Okay, only permissions. Okay. So here first slot will represent, first one will represent owner, and second one represent, okay, group. I will tell you what is this. Okay. Third slot represent others. Okay. See here, first slot represents owner, second slot represents group, third slot represents others. Okay, in permissions, not file permissions, in permissions. Okay, so this is how internally it will take a Linux server. Okay, Linux server ilane తీసుకుంటది. Okay, so we want to see, whenever you are writing any data in an operating system, definitely the file permissions will be there manually. Not only the Linux, we are going for the Windows also. Okay, every data, whatever you are representing any data, these comes under the file permissions. Okay, in servers. Okay, so the Windows can take the files based upon the file permissions only. So with help of file permissions, we are accessing, we are reading, we are writing, and we are executing the particular data based upon the operating system. Suppose I want to say one example to you. If you run the code in Java or C language or Python, whatever it may be, you are writing your own code according to the user defined code. Okay, you are writing your user defined code. I am writing some program in Python, and I want to execute that particular program in a compiler mission. So what the compiler can do is, the compiler can indirectly connect with the server. The compiler will indirectly connect with the server. The server also responds based upon the compiler, and we are working under the IO streams, input IO streams, we can call as IO streams. So that is called input and output streams based upon the graphical user interface. So here we are compiling the data based upon the programs. The program, how the program can works internally is, it will check line by line the program. Of the program. So based upon the lexical analyzer, I already told you what is lexical analyzer in the particular classes, in previous classes. Okay, so lexical analyzer will check the particular line by line of the program. Based upon the particular scenario, we are working under the operating systems. According to the operating system, it will support the particular program and will show the output result based upon the IO streams, input and output streams. Okay, so this is how the program can work internally under the servers. Okay, so here in this particular server, whenever you are writing some code, you need to go with the file permissions. The application will give the file permission based upon the read, write, and execute. So this is how we are working under the file permissions. Okay, so in this file permissions, we have some 3 slots, that is called owner, group, and others. Owner is nothing but, so you are writing some code based upon the application programming language, that is called owner. So group is nothing but whatever you done that particular program. So whatever so see here, in owner we can work under whatever you are writing some code, you are writing some user defined code, okay, in application, that is called owner. Okay, so next one is group. Group is nothing but, you already written that particular code in application, right? So here application will interface based upon compilers, that is called a group. Okay, so next one is others. Others is nothing but we are accessing the IO streams on the user defined code. user defined code, user defined code. Okay, user defined code. Okay, so this is how we are working under the file permissions. Okay, so only permissions, we are working under the permissions. Okay, so now how the file permissions can work internally is, I will tell you. Okay, so here we have, I already told you that here first one is, I told you owner, right? First slot owner ash or w. Okay, rw. Okay, so just okay, read hyphen, three hyphens. Okay, so this is comes under the r. So here we have some calculation in mathematically. So here we can call r is, read is nothing but we have some 4 default. Okay, so next one is write hyphen, three hyphens. Okay, so we can call as w. Okay, so we can call as 2. Okay, so next one is execute. Okay, hyphen, so we can call as x, or we can call as e. Okay, so I can give some number, this one is 1. So this is the default, like integer we have some 2 bytes, right? In the same way, read also default having 4 bytes, and write having some 2 bytes, execute having 1 byte. Remember this. Okay, so this is the numerical calculation. So this is the numerical calculation. So I can go here. Okay, I can write. Okay, fine. This is a numerical calculation. Okay, so here based upon the permissions, so what are the numerical calculation is, I can go with 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6 comma 7. So these are the default numerical permissions under the file permissions. Okay, so these are internally we can calculate the numerical calculations. Okay, so this is how we are going under the file permissions. Let us take one example here. I can take only one example here. See here, we already seen. Just wait a second. Okay. Okay. See here, we already seen this one, right? Hyphen first slot. What we have? We have one hyphen here. Read write. Okay. This is called first slot. Second slot is, see here we have some another hyphen, read write. Okay, so next third slot, so we have only read permission, we don't have any write permission, we don't have any execute permission. So in mathematically we can calculate like this. Suppose read write hyphen. Okay, so again read write hyphen. Okay, next only read is there, right? Read hyphen. See here, in mathematical calculation, how can I calculate this read write and execute permission is, as I told you that read is nothing but, just wait a second. Okay, hyphen. Okay, so how the read is there? 4. So read default value is 4. Okay, 4. Okay, 4. So I'm going to add this permission. Okay, 4 plus. Okay, what is remember, right? Default is 2. Okay, so here only first slot we have 4 plus 2. Okay, we don't have any execute permission. Okay, so 4, 5, 6. 6 in first slot we have 6. 6 read and write will be there, we don't have any execute permission. Okay, so next one is in the same way second slot, in second slot 4 plus 2, So we don't have any execute permission. Okay, so equals to 6. Okay, in second slot also we have 6. Okay, so next third slot. Third slot we have only read R. So here we don't have any write and we don't have any execute permission. Okay, so just I'll go with what is the read here, 4. Okay, how many will be there? 6 plus 6, 12. 12 plus 4, 16. Okay, so totally in first in read, write, first slot, second slot, third slot we have completely 16 permissions will be available. Permissions will be available in Linux servers, and we can call it in the servers. So internally the server will calculate entire 6 permissions. Okay, in servers. So this is how we are working under the file permissions. Okay, so this is how we are working under the file permissions. Okay, so now so suppose I want to shift, I want to modify this file permissions. I want to modify the entire the file permissions. So what should I want to do? So I'm just rubbing all these things. Okay, I hope you understand this one. Okay, so read we have some 4, write we have some default 2, and execute we have only 1. So according to the numerical calculation, the file permissions is 1 to 7. Okay, so in 1 to 7 I am calculating entire numerical calculation. Okay, so the first slot, second slot and third slot we have completely 16 permissions will be available in servers. Okay, fine. So I want to shift, I want to change the particular file permissions. I want to change the particular file permissions. How can I change? Okay, so I can go with the practice session. See here, I want to create some directories, mkdir. So only you have seen only read and write, right? You want to see some more, one more thing, that is mkdir d1, mkdir d1. Okay, so I was creating some directory ls. Okay, so d1 has been created. Okay, so now I want to see one more permission, that is ls minus lt. See here, what we already seen this one, read and write. See here, one more directory has been entered here. D is nothing but directory. Remember this. D is nothing but directory. So directory has came here. Okay, so directory, read, write. So again, this is first slot. Read and directory, read, write, execute. X is also there. So execute also there. Okay, see here. Whenever you are creating some directories, definitely the execute permission will be available. Okay, so D is nothing but directory, and R is nothing but read, W is nothing but write, X is nothing but execute. Okay, so this is a complete full version. This is a complete full version. Okay, so here we have already seen only one file, but here we are seeing 2 files here. So here we have some numerical calculation. Default is 2. Okay, so read, write, and so directory, read, write, execute. Okay, so here we have entire permission. We are accessing entire permission based upon the directories. So here we have some directories. Okay, in directory we can access, we can read, and we can write entire your data. Okay, so let us take one example in Windows. If you open, if you want to create some new file, so you are writing some data. See here, I will tell you. In manually I will tell you. So suppose I am opening some new file. Okay, so in this file I am writing some data, some what we can, some AAA. So I am writing some data, I am saving the file. Okay, so here I can create a new file again. So I can create some new file, that is Word or a Notepad, whatever it may be. Okay, so I was going with a Notepad. Okay, so here I am Notepad I am opening. I am writing some data, f. Okay, so I am saving this particular file in this particular scenario. Save as, just I am going with A. So I am writing some A. So I am saving this file. Okay, save. So now my file will be saved. Okay. Okay, now my file will be saved. See here, my folder has been created in the same way. So here we are writing. So see here, we are reading the permission, we are writing the permission, we are executing the permission. Okay. So this is comes under the Windows. But coming to Linux, what we are doing is we are creating a file. We are creating some directories. See here, I'm opening the directory. I want to create a file here. So I want to create some file here is, so I want to give some permission access based upon the file permissions. Okay. Here I have not created any file, but the thing is, if I want to open any directory, definitely I can access some file. I want to access some file. Based upon the access, we need to learn. So we need to learn some we can call as the, see here, ls minus lt. Okay. See here, we are going with the directory read, write, execute. So this is the permission which we are accessing the file in the Linux server. Okay. In the particular directories. Okay. So in real time example, I want to say one thing to you. In IT industry, if I am working with the server, I am working with someone. The server is somewhere in US actually. So I want to access that particular. So I want to copy that particular files based upon my server. So that's why So what the client will do, he will give the permissions. To me directly. So you can read, you can write, you can do whatever you want. But my file will be very safe and secure. Okay. So he will give some permission to me, and what I can do is I can I want to see that particular file, whether that file has came or not. Okay. So by using this command ls minus lt, I can use this particular command to see the particular file. L is nothing but list, t is nothing but timestamp. So whether the file has came or not, I want to see the particular date, I want to see the particular month, I want to see the particular data. Okay, I want to see the particular data. Okay. So if the file has came means it will be fine. If the file has not came means the client is not giving any permission to me to do any work on the particular files. Okay. So this is how we are working under the file directories. Okay. So this is which I want to explain the how can you write, how can you read, how can you execute the particular permission based upon the file permissions. Okay. So next class we can go very deep how the file permissions has been changing from one place to another place. This is next class I can tell you. So but we want to know that how the file permissions has been created. How the file permissions has been created means by using ls minus lt, we are creating some files. Previous files were created by using the directory, and my total size is completely 16. Okay. So my total entire files is completely 16 size. Okay. So 16, as I told you that previously. So see here, 6 plus 6 plus 4, 16 files. So here 16 files has been allocated. Okay. Total size is 16. Okay. So this is how the file permissions has been created internally under the file permissions. Okay. So the next class I can tell you how can the file permissions has been changing from one place to another place. Okay. So the next one is, so we already seen the time and date. Okay. So as I told you that to know how the current user, so we want to see our current user, whether we are working whether we are working or not, or not. So that's why we are going with the current user. So here the command will be works. Clear. So clear. So I'm completely clearing all the screen. So if I want to see the current user, అంటే ఇప్పుడు నేను వర్క్ చేస్తున్నా కదా, అది నేను కరెంట్ యూజర్ యాక్చువల్గా. ఓకే. సో హియర్ ద కమాండ్ విల్ బి వర్క్స్. who is the command, we can see the current user. Okay. So current user is Harish Reddy. So I'm the current user particular server. Okay. I'm the current user particular server. So here we can see the date, time and year. We can see the time also particular same. Okay. So here we can go with another command who am I? Whom am I? So we don't have any content here. Whom am I? Who is the command? We can see the current user. Whom am I? Okay, this is also one current user command only. Okay, so next one is who am I? See here, only Harish Reddy has been current user. Okay, so this is the current user which we are working under the Linux server. Okay, so this is how we are creating the servers. Okay, so the next one is okay, so I want to tell you what between dollar and ash. Okay, okay, you can remember this. This is one of the most important topic. Next class I can tell you how to change the permissions. I will tell you that one also. Okay, so now I want to go with between dollar and ash. So what is meant by dollar? What is meant by ash? Both are root users only. So dollar and ash are the root users. ఇక్కడ చూడండి, మీరు ప్రీవియస్ గా డాలర్ చూసారు కదా, దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ రూట్ యూజర్ అండ్ యాష్ ఆల్సో రూట్ యూజర్ అండి. ఓకే, ఐ టెల్ యూ, చూపిస్తానండి మొత్తం మీకు కంప్లీట్ గా చూపిస్తాను. ఓకే, సో ఓకే ఫైన్. సో డాలర్ చూసారు మీరు, యాష్ చూడలేదు కదా, చూపిస్తాను మీకు అది కూడా. Okay, if I want to modify this dollar to ash, so I want to use some commands, that is by using su. This is called a sudo command. Okay, so ఇక్కడ నేను రాస్తానండి, మీకు క్లియర్ గా అర్థమవుతుంది. ఓకే, సో దీస్ ఆర్ ద రూట్ యూజర్స్ అని చెప్పాను కదా. సో హియర్ I want to switch one user to current user. Okay, so by using su is nothing but sudo. Remember this, sudo. Okay, sudo will switch one user to current user. Okay, so this is the command which we are using. Okay, so now what we'll do, so I want to switch this user su root. Okay, so it will ask password also, password for security purpose, password. It will ask this one definitely. Okay, so I will show you, but here one default drawback will be there. So authentication, so we have some authentication error. Okay, so we'll get some error. We will get some error in this particular scenario. I'll show you this. So here I am using su here, su dollar. So it will ask me some password. Okay, so I am using my current password 1234. My password is one. See here, my authentication will be failed. See here, authentication failure will be happen. Okay, so here I am switching this dollar to ash. Okay, so authentication will be failure will be happen. So this is the problem for su actually. So for this we want to we have one solution again. So this is as I told you that sudo will be there, right? So sudo is something where we are switching the one user to current user, right? So here I am using sudo. Okay, sudo su. Okay, sudo su root. It is asking our password of Harish Reddy. See here, I was logged in. So dollar to ash. See here, I am switching one user to another user. Okay, I am switching one user to another user. These are the root users only, but the thing is I am switching dollar to hash mode. Okay, so this is how we are working. So here Ubuntu dollar is nothing but Ubuntu root. Okay, Ubuntu to directly we are going with switching the root directly. Okay, so I am using some root. Ash is nothing but root, remember this. Okay, so this is how we are working. Next one is, okay, fine. So a sudo user mod, okay, -p, I'll tell you what is this, colon exclamatory mark, okay, root. Okay, fine. So here what I'm doing is I'm giving some I'm giving some authentication permissions to the particular hash. I'm giving some authentication permissions, like I'm giving some security. I'm giving some security to the particular root directory. Okay, so for this case of scenario, I'm going with the user mod. User mod is nothing but we are giving some security based upon the root directory. Based upon the root directory, -p is nothing but we are providing some password. Default password is this is exclamatory mark. Okay, exclamatory mark. I am using some password as a root directory. Okay, as a root directory. So cd ... I'm coming back. I'm coming back to Harish directory. Okay, cd ... So this is how we are working under the switching one root user to another root user. Okay, so this is how we are working internally under the in virtual Ubuntu servers. Okay, so if I want to check the date, if I want to check the calendar, so what I was using date. I'm using date. So my present date is Tuesday, 27th July 20. And this is the timing 9:30 p.m. IST. Okay. So if I want to check the calendar, so if I want to check the calendar of 2025, this is the calendar, complete calendar of 2025. 2025 calendar will be available. Okay. So this is how we are working the checking the dates and calendars. Okay. So this is the this is completely scenario about this calendar and dates. Okay. Okay, fine. Next, switching the, see here we already discussed switching from user to another user by using su. Okay, so I'm using some super user do. Okay, sudo su root. So this is a super user. So we are using this command. Okay, we are using this command. This is the class for today's, guys. This is a complete class. So here we are adding one more thing. We are checking some date and time, right? Date and calendar. Calendar also. Okay. So this is the class 2, guys. Okay. I hope you understand. Any doubts? అర్థమైందా అందరికి? Any doubts? Say yes or no.
No, sir.
What about Naveen? No. Okay. Fine, guys. I hope you understand all the members. So please practice. It's a very basic things. Okay. So Linux is one of the basic thing for the DevOps. Please practice. So if you go for the interviews, they will ask these basic questions. If you doesn't answer, means that's completely hard work will be failure. I know this. Okay. They will ask only basic questions, not more than that. Okay. సో బేసిక్ క్వశ్చన్స్ చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ మనకు. ఓకే, సో అందుకే నేను నీట్గా ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తున్నాను మీకు. ఓకే, ఒక్కొక్కటి నిదానమైన పర్లేదండి, బట్ మనకు క్రాక్ చేయాలి ఈ జాబ్ అనేది, చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఓకే ఓకే, ఫైన్ గైస్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. అండ్ వన్ మోర్ థింగ్, టుమారో ఐఎమ్ నాట్ కమింగ్. Okay, from 1 week I'm going some outstation. Okay, we'll continue the class for third నుండి కంటిన్యూ చేస్తానండి క్లాసెస్. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ గైస్, హ్యావ్ ఎ గ్రేట్ డే.